What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, and welcome back to something new. We lost a game in the league, the first loss of the season. It was coming. I was maybe not in the last 2 weeks or so, but it was just a matter of time before it was gonna happen. And yesterday we fully deserved that because I have absolutely no idea what happened, to be honest. But we will talk about that and everything that transpired post game as well, because a lot of things were said or not said as well. Some weird things, some overreactions, some fair points as well. So that's what we're going to talk about. But before we do that, Malik, Norbert, how are you guys doing on this chilled Sunday?
Yeah, thank God I had some beer last night when I was watching the game because I wouldn't have survived that second half without it. But yeah, it was horrible, and I still can't believe how we played in the second half without shooting, without anything, without a corner even. And only bright spot today was the next gen's victory, and now they are awesome. Awesome in an awesome form. They only lost one game in the last 10, so at least that. But yeah, this has to change because yeah, it's crazy. So I can't wait to talk about it.
The first half, I was thinking, oh, we've got this, and in the first 5 minutes of the second half, I knew, yeah, this is gonna be a long second half, and my feeling was right. I kept saying it in our group chat, and yeah, there was a point in the first I think 25 minutes of the second half. I was like, did we even enter Napoli's half? I don't think we did, but terrible, terrible, terrible. Thank God today I did some self-care. I did a nice bath, sauna, massage, so I'm in a zen state after yesterday.
Well, I'm not in a Zen state. I'm so pissed. If your question was that we had a shot on target or anything in the second half, no, it was all zeros, literally zeros across the board, like literal. I think it's the first time I saw that. Like XG zero, like shots, like everything was just zero.
Yeah,
I think I've never seen that before, ever. Like not just for you, but just in general. Like I've not seen that before, but it did happen. We managed to do that, which is an accomplishment in itself, I guess. Usually, I want to talk about positives, or I try to pick positive. And actually, yesterday there was a massive positive the first half, but it's irrelevant. Like it's completely irrelevant if you cook up that second half, because actually I don't know how to describe that. Like I use words as shocking, Juve unworthy, like horrible, and they're all right. That's unacceptable. Like to go from that half, if you got dominated for like 90 minutes to got esque,
yeah,
I could understand the second half. I was like, you're just having a complete off day. Like you're getting dominated. Not good, but it's a complete off day, and I can live with that. It happens. It's football. But I cannot live with that when you do that in the first half. Like in the first half, and Napoli had possession as well in the first half. Not as much in the second half, but not at once did I feel like Napoli were going to score in that first half. Not at once. That's just me. I was like, cool, you know? But we were playing out from the back so comfortably at great ease. Like Anguissa and McTominay were that high on the pitch at times. When we just bypassed them, it was just acres of space. Then our usual
yeah,
problem kicks in where the brain switches off once we're in the final third, but fine. But we like possession wise, it was unbelievable. It was so easy for us. Koopmeiners was having a good game. Locatelli was playing well. Colomani was having an impact. I was like, fine. But when you come out and do that in the second half, I don't really care what you did in the first half. It's irrelevant.
yeah.
Like it means nothing. It means nothing. So the question is, and maybe Malik can answer that after Norbert, because you had a relaxing day, so maybe you have the answers. What the hell? What the hell happened in that second half? And I don't want to hear, even from you guys, it's a physical aspect, because I can understand that for like 10, 15 minutes or so, but for 45
Yeah.
minutes, I cannot accept that. So Norbert, what the hell happened during halftime?
I think we kind of know because Motta kind of admitted that
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to, he wanted to just sit back and defend, which is insane to me, especially after that first half and how we played. I told Milik that even if we play next gens, like the full next gen squad with Brambil as the coach, we wouldn't have been this bad for sure, because they would have put their heart and soul out there for sure. And it was like crazy how, like, against Milan and Atalanta, we the guys put out there, like, even if the Atalanta game wasn't a victorious day, but they put their heart and soul out, and they were fighting, and there was grinta and everything. And in the second half, there was nothing. It was crazy. And I'm sorry, I want Gatti out of the starting 11 right now. Like, even if Locatelli needs to be a center back, because he can't mark the tallest man in the team, who he needs to mark, because who's gonna head a ball away from Anguissa or Lukaku? No one. Like, he's the one. He should have the presence inside the box. What he doesn't have, he doesn't know. He's always like around the ball, but never on the man. That was really annoying to me, and I had enough of him. Total disaster, and I think I'm gonna remove him from my MVP board behind me
Oof.
as well, because that was so annoying. I got so annoyed. But it was, and Yildiz is missed. Like, I don't understand. You're supposed to be our wonder kid, our messiah, and you miss a chance like that. Like, not just, I don't know how are you guys, but when I have less than one step away from a ball, I aim it high. Like, that's easier than to just roll it into the goalkeeper.
No,
That was also
absolutely.
annoying. Yeah. I was really annoyed, and as I said, two beer helped me to relax a little bit. But it's insane. And Motta, what he said after the game, that was just oil on the fire, because that was
Yeah.
complete BS.
I'll bring that
Annoyed
up.
me to no end. Yeah, annoyed me to no end. And yeah, relax the boy. Now it's your turn. Talk.
No, for me, like ever since I saw that we sat back, I was just like, we're not gonna win this. We're not gonna hold out a 1-0. It never happens. It doesn't work in modern football as often as it used to. So, and he admitted it. So that's literally the reason why. First half, we had the potential to bury them almost. They didn't look threatening whatsoever in the first half. Second half, we looked worse than they did in the first half somehow. And yeah, I just don't understand how, like, you're playing so well, you have good momentum, and then sure there can be drop-offs, but a drop-off to that extent is very, very weird. Like, we looked like Cagliari in the second half. It was really bad, and this is the criticism I've had of Juve for years now, no matter the coach. It's like, just sitting back, protecting these 1-0s. It just doesn't work anymore, man. And that's the big reason why, we lost. That's for
It's
my answer from the Zen state.
from the Zen state. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
that Zen then.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what crazy is? We probably played one of our best and one of the worst halves in the same
Yeah.
game. Like,
hmm
Yeah.
that's actually crazy. Like, that's that's unbelievable that we managed to do that. But we managed to do that. Like, in one game, you can see what we potentially could do, but you also saw what we are. Not potentially, just who we are right now. And you said a post game, the idea was to have a compact. I'm like, cool, but we didn't look compact at all.
Yeah.
Like, not once. I remember I'm sorry, people. I thought I had time to clip it. I'm gonna say minute 49 or something, on close to the edge of our box, close to the edge of our bench. Excuse me. Gatti was high up the pitch, and he loses the ball, or he doesn't win the ball back, and it got like not a how do you want to say, not a quick counterattack from Napoli. However, just a quick pass through the middle, and it was open. And I saw Gatti just jogging back, and I was like, That's not a good sign. But I was like, you know what? 3 minutes or whatever, 4 minutes into the second half, let's see. It went south ever since. We were late on everything. We couldn't keep hold of the ball. We couldn't string 2, 3 passes together. We lost every duel, like literally everything. Like we didn't win anything. And I was like, this is actually crazy. This is crazy. However, the goals we concede they make it worse. We don't get outplayed for these goals. It's just
Yeah.
stupid mistakes, you know. Cambiasso losing the ball and Locatelli doing something insane. You know, I thought after the Milan one, you
Again.
don't do that again.
Yeah, similar to what he did against Milan. Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure
thought-
what
Yes,
he's
yeah.
thinking right there. And the first goal, it's just poor defending. You know, McKennie loses his man. You know, he doesn't feel somebody's there. Gatti, you know, maybe needs to be close. Like it's just bad. Period. It's just completely bad. And I'm like, it was one. I was like, make the changes because something needs to happen. And then he made the changes, and it's nothing against the players, you know. However, you bring in Mbangula and Savona. They played Serie C football last season. They're still young and unexperienced. I'm like, it's not gonna help us. Like I've seen Locatelli make those fouls. I'm like, if these guys are doing that, then those two players are not gonna save us tonight. It's just impossible that they're gonna save
Yep.
us tonight. And it's not to put the blame on them. You know, by the way, Savona had a horror game. Like he was actually marking air the entire game. He came like he was so off his opponent every single like he had no clue where his opponent was. It was actually a bit
Yeah.
sad to see at times. And Mbangula had nothing, and actually we had nothing going forward. Like at one time, I saw Mbangula starting a counter attack, and he just needed to play it backwards because nobody was following. And I'm like, yeah, just save yourself right here because you're gonna get absolutely packed at the back. All those things put together, I'm like, we lack leaders, and that's why when I do a daily news video and I talk about Vega and Kelly and I'm saying this is not it, and people are like, oh, you're always negative. Am I? Like, actually, am I? Like, they're not gonna save us. Forget about the quality of a Kelly or like experience. Like, does anyone believe Vega's coming in is gonna solve this? This is more than just technical ability and whatever. This is about obviously coaching, unexperienced, like complete no experience in this squad, and you can see that because I'm gonna repeat it myself because I cannot believe it. By the way, 17 points we dropped from winning position. 17. If you saw the list, we shouldn't be in that list. Like the clubs in that list should be in that list, if that makes sense. We should not be in 17 points. And I was thinking about the games. I'm like the games we drop points. I'm like, we should have had like in a normal situation where you just see out the result, you know, or not even throw it away completely. You would be like 8 points or 7 points behind the leader, not 16. Look at the games and look how we give them away. Cagliari, Venezia, Fiorentina, like just 2 times they're in the box and they convert. The Napoli game, the way you can see those goals, I'm like, shit, this team lacks experience, and you can throw another 150 million towards that. It's not going to change if we don't bring in experience. As somebody put out a list of free agents in the summer, I'm like, you're going to need to sign a couple of them old hats because this is not going to work. This is not going to work. On top of that, and that's not really an excuse, but because I believe Motta needs to find a way around it right now. If you bring in a coach who has no experience, or like no experience, very few experiences, and he plays a certain way, and you fail to address key positions, he is gonna struggle to start the season. I said that all summer. I'm like, you need to address key areas he needs. If you fail, he's gonna fail. And right now, he is failing. Like he is failing, or like failing. Yeah, like he's failing. Like I didn't have winning expectation, but I had expectation more points expectations. I'll put it like that. So we will go into the Motta thing and a bit later what he said and is his time up and what so. But Norbert, like, is it about quality of the players, or right now is it more about, because Di Gregorio post game he said something interesting. He said, yeah, the mindset, you know, we switch off and stuff, but it's more than that. Like, what is it right now? Is it quality, or is it just they don't know how to close out games?
I think both. For me, quality is showing at the back, because I'm sorry, but the second goal, the closest two person to the box was Thuram and Locatelli. Kalulu and Gatti were somewhere mid half, which was a little crazy. But yeah, Savona, like Cambiasso came off that pitch because he's one of the worst players, like a third game in a row on the pitch on our side. And but Savona is missing 1 year of Serie B, and sometimes you see it. Like last game was one of them, I think. Like he's missing 1 year of a tough Serie B experience. I just don't know this mentality and this stubbornness of keep playing coal miners. It's many things at once. I think it's maybe time to say that we need experienced coaches because we are Juventus and we can't have Pirlo and Motta on the bench. We need more and better. I don't know. I don't. It's I'm lost for words. It's many times we said these things, and even under Allegri, we were crying for a coach, and even for Motta, I was crying for sure. And I got it, but I for sure didn't expect this. He can't figure this out. The mentality is super important, but we have no experience, so that also doesn't help. It's a complete mess.
You can see the lack of character in this team. The amount of leads lost this season. Oh my god. I don't know. So it feels like there's a lack of leaders. Quality-wise, we're way better than last season, in my opinion, in terms of players in the squad. But still, like, that doesn't compensate if you're not mentally ready to win games and wanting to win games, like the desire to have it. And that's clearly missing in this team. Like, I feel like the only time I saw it this season was against Milan and City. I can't remember another moment where I felt like, oh, this team really wanted to win this game. So yeah, that's a very big factor, the lack of character. So I don't know, is it the players? Is it down to the coach? The coach should be a better motivator. I don't know, because if you look at a coach like Conte, I know your feelings on Conte, Ali, but he just gets the best out of all his players, especially mentally. So
No, Conte is a top world class coach. Like
yeah.
that's nobody's gonna deny that, and he has more experience, obviously, and he gets his team ready. Like he gets what he's doing with that Napoli side, which is quality wise not good, is amazing. Like, it's
And he does it
amazing.
so often. He does it so often with any team. He did it with us in 2011. He did it with Chelsea. He did it with Italy in the Euros. He did it with Inter, and now he's doing it with Napoli. Like, it just the proof is there. Like sometimes I think to myself, I hate it when the club repeats cycles and signs old players or hires old coaches. But I don't know. I felt like maybe in this moment we might have needed someone like Conte to just bring back the DNA of this club like he did all those years ago. But that's just me.
But I was afraid of Conte will cry about signing and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, me too.
That was
Me
my
too.
main
Me
worry.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Some is saying we are overreacting. We still trust Motta. We will get to the Motta talk because I didn't spoke about Motta, so I think you're you're targeting the chat, not me. Anyway, because I'm not saying get him out, so we will get into that as
Yeah,
well.
none of us are
Let me read out a few comments because it's a lot, so I'll try to filter through them. I will give up on Motta if we don't qualify for the Champions League next season. I don't remember the last time we didn't qualify for the Champions League. Even 2023, it was deducted points. You know how that's also a tricky one because he can qualify or not qualify based on a point, and are you gonna make up your mind based on a point? Like, I don't think a point, if you know what I mean, is a line between it's good enough or it's not good enough. If that makes sense. I need to see everything, but he will not get sacked if he miss out. I'm pretty sure about that. I still blame Giuntoli more than I blame Motta, and I don't see that change until the end of the season. Well, you have been on that train, Alex, since months, to be honest. Motta, unfortunately, if all the time in the world, has all the time. I I don't know. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. We spent 200 million past summer. We can be a place after. Are we eight?
No, we're not 8.
We
We're
can
fifth.
ace after Milan, Bologna, and Fiorentina play their games is beyond horrible.
No.
Oh, if they have their games
Yeah,
in hand,
he's
win.
saying. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, it's gonna be like joint points, and yeah, I get what he means.
Let me see. We are unprepared for the transfer window. We are weak, and we can't see a game out. And Cope is in the mix, and you get this. Bring in Pochettino, experience and smart. Pirlo won 2 titles with Frabotta as left back. Imagine that. Did Frabotta play all season? A lot of games that season? I
No,
remember.
he just played at the start, and then he vanished from the face of the
Yeah.
earth.
I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, he played against Sampdoria, and after that, like, after 3-4 games, well,
Yeah.
like even Pirlo was like, yeah, this is not it, this is just not it, because he was
Where
on
is he now, by the way?
England,
Frabotta?
West Brom, maybe.
I think West Brom, yeah.
Yeah,
Is he
horrible
playing? Let
player.
me check.
Horrible player. Bring in Zidane. He's who we need. I still trust Motta. I read that one out. I said from the start. Wait, I said this from the start. You don't win. With kids, this isn't the Dutch league, and we ain't Ajax. That's why I hate young signings, because if they do hit their peak, we will sell them. Give me 27-year-olds. I would still keep Motta, but he's making it more and more difficult to find any excuses for him. I was begging for Conte. He literally gets shit players and make them amazing. Moses, Asamoah, Young, Lukaku, McTominay, etc. Motta doesn't have time. If we miss Champions League, in that case, we're done with. Forget Motta, gold miners, etc. Honestly, when was the last time we felt Juve had a good season, or we went into watching games with anticipation? God, it's been so long now.
Yeah, it's been probably a good 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
I just checked Frabotta, by the way. He played 6 games and he wasn't injured, so that's that.
Yeah, he played like a bit, and he played like.
Yeah, he didn't play. Like, he played at first, but he didn't have any contribution to that season whatsoever.
No, sorry, this year. This year he played 6.
Yeah, but even back then, he had no
even then,
contribution.
like he had like, I just remember his goal in the Coppa Italia and his debut against Sampdoria.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But okay, we move on to the topic. Is a time up for Motta? I'll put that out there, because a lot of people think it's up. A lot of people in the media think it's up. I'm obviously not on that board. You need to see out the season, in my opinion, because if you bring, like, it's a complete mess. Now, you took a pad with Motta, and you knew which pad you took as a club.
Yeah.
He's young, he's unexperienced, and you added 10, 11 new players, even more, I think. You put in unexperienced players, and one of the most experienced players, I think, and one of your best players, if not the best player, goes down in a very key position. I'm not one of those people saying, oh, we're having this type of season because Bremer is out. No. Like, Bremer can only do so much. However, he is big part of it. So that is the reality. That's why I'm like, I need to give it more time, because as much as I dislike a lot of things I'm seeing, that second half, the mentality, the mindset, I've also seen many things I do like. Like, I really do like, and I'm like, man, if only we had a defender who didn't need 1,000 touches before playing that ball, and we didn't need it to drop in Locatelli that deep, who knows how much we can improve, so on. However, the mindset thing, that also stems down from Motta. He comes across like he is a bit soft. He's not the, the very, how do you want to say it,
Aggressive type.
Aggressive type of coach, and maybe we're all wrong. He is behind the scenes, but the players are not picking it up. Maybe, we don't know about that. However, I'm looking at this group of players. Remember when at the start of the season, not the start of the season, a couple of weeks ago, I said on a show, I'm not sure if you guys were on with me, I said somebody talked about Conceição. We need to pay the money. I'm like, just wait until the end of the season, because you have no commitment. And people are like, oh, you're crazy. He's having the best he's one of the best players this season. I disagree with that, by the way. I'm like, you need to think before you make certain decisions. The best player this season, or one of the best, especially last couple of weeks, is Thuram. Like, and
Yeah.
he came in with, did he came in with high expectations? I don't think so. It was more of,
No.
oh, interesting.
Sub.
However,
In my head, he was a sub at
yeah.
the beginning.
But
when
if
he
I
came.
need to
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
one player right now who actually tries to put it all on the line every single game, it's him. Like, it's actually him, which is good / bad. Like, at the same time, I don't know how you want to chop it up, you know? So I'm not in that boat to say get Motta out. If somebody is, I don't agree. I can see the frustration. I do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you have no like reason to think you don't think he's the right guy, because there are things out there that are very clear right now that potentially he's not the right guy, you know. But like I said, I've seen many things where I'm like, if we, I'm sure of that. If we move on, it will become more of a disaster, because the club right now, they lack leadership. There is like, I made a video for tomorrow, and I will sneak peek it. Motta has more experience off the pitch in football than Scanavino and Ferrero. Like, that's actually insane. Like, for me, that's insane. Like, even if you have a Daniel Levy at the helm and you're like, oh, he's rubbish and whatsoever, he has more experience in football. Even if you don't think he's a football guy, just in football, the coach, who's extremely young, by the way, has more experience than the head of the club, quote unquote, on paper.
Yeah.
That for me is one of the main issues. There is no DNA of Juve right now. It's completely gone. Nobody actually knows what it means. It feels like nobody knows what it takes to win. And right now, I'm gonna say something that I completely disliked in the future. I'm like, maybe you need to bring in players like Del Piero in the club. Like, somebody get in touch with reality, because nobody is in touch with reality. Like, nobody at the club knows what it is to play for this club. Yeah, Chiellini's there, but whatever. Like, or knows what it takes to win at this club. Absolutely nobody. And for me, that is a massive issue as well. Really quickly, the players as well. There's no, like, how do you want to say that? Like, a player who went through it all. Like, they're all gone. Like, they're all gone. And the players who you hope, or many hope, can take on that role, I don't think they're right. Locatelli is a captain, apparently. He makes too many boneheaded mistakes where I'm like, you don't really get it, you know? That's an issue, because after that, I don't see a captain. I don't think Locatelli is the captain. However, they made that decision. That's also an issue. Like, there's no leadership. There's nobody who actually knows what it takes to play for the club. And like I said, if Thuram is the only one really showing it right now, for me, that's an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why lots of people want Agnelli back. And that's why that narrative is so strong that he will be back in a couple of years. Because, there's no one, the leadership who knows what football is, apparently, just money and finance and business and all that stuff. Motta not out, definitely not out. There is no high-level coach who would come to suffering Juve after, like, over, what is the half season is gone already, you know, and take over and everything is fine. It doesn't work like that. It would not work. And apparently we have a long-term project, so we can't fire the coach until it's absolutely crazy and everything is lost, or like close to be lost. So it's just sometimes, for me at least, like with passion, I say things that I don't want to see him again, or I don't want him to coach Juve or something, just because, you know, we just, oh my God, in that 10 minutes, I feel like that. But like against Milan, that was a really good game. Against Napoli, the first half was really good. So there are glimpses of what he can do with this team. And what can we do? We can just, you know, hope that it will click. Everything will be good. But I think this is time to put down the money for Hansko and get him in, because I can't watch this anymore in the back. We need to put down whatever money they want, 50 or whatever they want long term. We pay, I don't know, 5 years or something, but we need to put down the money. We need to get him now.
Yeah. I just feel like this team still has a few missing pieces for him to, fully establish his style. But yeah, sure, we've had some horrible games this season, but we've also had some good ones, and it's still his first year. It's still a young coach. I am trusting the process. I don't, and plus we can't keep just jumping the gun every season. Like if we keep changing coach every season, it's gonna be like a loss of stability and stuff. Like with Allegri, it was different because with Allegri, it's like we were so, I don't know, like for a better word, submissive against the smallest teams. But like now, at least you can see like kind of a blueprint in the style of a modern way to play football. So I think it just needs time, and I hope it comes good. I think we'll get a better idea of Motta out or whatever if things persist even onto next season in the middle of it, But I hope that's not the case, and I don't think it will be the case. I think next season will improve, and I think we'll improve even by the end of the season. I hope.
Somebody's saying we had many good halves a season, but very few games.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
If we only could pair
That's
a
the
couple of those halves in one game, we would have had more points. But yeah, let me read out a few more because there's a lot of comments today. Thomas is Sancho for the team. When he gets subbed out, we lose the midfield immediately. What was the goal of the club this year? Top 4 probably, and realistically we're still there, so we have to live with the growing pains. However, these pains are horrible and worrisome. Yeah, okay, the club's top 4 goal, is top 4, but as a fan, you don't go into the season, and even in the club, like, yeah, it's top 4, but I think behind closed doors, you're like, okay, that's just default settings. It should be default settings, if you know what I mean. You cannot lose out on top 4 to Fiorentina, Lazio, Atalanta, Milan. It cannot happen. It just can't. What are the Fiorentina won? They were 2-0 up, I think.
They're 2-0 up. It's the 75th minute, but
Okay,
they have a red card.
So that's just the bare minimum. Let me see. That Milan game wasn't actually anything special. We just managed to not make a single error that led to a Milan goal, so we look good. Yeah, I don't think anyone said it was a special game. It was just a good game. Like, we controlled every aspect of the game, so good.
Simple, good game, yeah.
Special was Leipzig.
It's a game we managed to finish off like instantly, almost.
Yeah.
So
we scored and then we wanted to score more,
yeah, which was different. Which was the complete opposite to what happened yesterday.
I don't think anyone said things that was a special performance. I thought Leipzig was a special performance because of the circumstances.
Leipzig was a nice night. It was like it felt good,
Except
I agree that you cannot change coach every season, but there's a low point for every coach, and Motta's getting close. Also, I see no improvements from the start of the season.
I think it's not true.
The way we're dropping points, are you scared we don't make top 4?
I think we should make top 4.
At this moment in time, I'm not scared. But if anyone,
because the other teams are so bad as well that
Lazio are 4th and they have 7 losses. I mean, it's about to be 7 losses. Like, that tells you everything.
If anyone is concerned, I get it.
Yeah.
But personally, right now, I'm not. Motta needs to learn that this is Juve and not Bologna. Team's gonna park the bus against us, which wasn't the case for Bologna. He needs to find a way to play against low block. I agree, but yesterday, I agree in general, but yesterday wasn't a low block. Like, it was, and we carved them open. We stretched Napoli massive. I predicted that Conte was not going to sit up deep, and we carved them. Like, we stretched. We made the pitch so big in the first half that you can see it. Like, it helps us. Like, it helps us massively. And maybe you give up a bit more defensively, but in the second half we tried to switch it up, and we gave up even more defensively. So, which route are you going to take right now? Like, are you going to open up more, and are you going to just play to your own strengths, or are you just not, going to do that, and you're going to lose or drop even more points anyway, So, yes, a low block, but the issue for me is that it wasn't a low block, and we still managed to mess those things up. If not Motta, who else? There are not many good coaches out there at the moment. Motta Ski now is one. Benchcope and Gifield is a central 10 role. It's not gonna happen. I think I'm
As much as
confident to
we'd
say,
like to see it.
yeah, I'm very confident to say that's not gonna happen. But okay, let's move on to what now? Because we play Benfica on Wednesday.
Tuesday,
No, I think all the games are on Wednesday.
Mm.
I believe that all games are on Wednesday. So
Yeah, they are.
they are okay. So how? Like I was thinking about it immediately post game. I'm like, how on earth are you gonna prep for that? Because I don't know what you tell. Like I'm gonna say there's nothing on the line because like mathematically we have a 3% shot at making top 8 or 4%. I think 3-4.
Yeah.
Like it's calculated. It's basically impossible. It's not gonna happen. Like it's just not gonna happen. So, and I don't think they're going into that and saying, "Oh, if we win and we finish in that position, we avoid." Like if you do that, then it's gonna be you're gonna lose anyway. If you're gonna calculate like that, I don't even know how you prep for the Benfica game because it's not really a meaningful game if you know what I mean. Like it's there's not really anything on the line. So what mindset? Like I was thinking about it. Like the mindset should be play freely, just go for it, try something else, and maybe that is give Yildiz a central role, and maybe it is drop coal miners, and maybe that is do something at the back, make a change, make a formation change. I don't know. Maybe it is give another player a shot, or move positions, all those things. However, my feeling is it's just not going to happen. He's going to play the same thing. He's going to try to do the same thing. And that should be a game where we play more freely. It should be a stress-free game. That's the only way I think I'm going into that game. Because if we lose, I'm not going to be mad about the result if we lose or something. I'm going to look at the performance. That needs to give something. Like I was going into the Super Cup, I'm like, I need to see a performance. Whatever the result is, I don't really care about that. Same on Wednesday. And this is not about, that's not creating a winning a situation. Maybe, but I need to see something else. Cambiasso, for example, I don't think there's going to be a bid for Man City right now. It's 5 days or something. Like, I'll be actually stunned if that happens. However, with all due respect for Cambiasso, you're still a Juve player. If you want that move, fight. Like I've said it many times, if you don't want to play for this club, I don't care who you are, I have no problem with it. You can leave. If everyone starts leaving, then I'm like, okay, the club is an issue. But if a player wants to leave, I'm like, fine. However, as long as you're under contract and as long as you get picked and you play, you need to play to the utmost respectable standard, your standard, and the club's usual standard, I'm going to say. But the way he's playing right now, it feels like it's going through the motion. It feels like whatever, what happens. And that cannot be the case. And maybe that's something you need to do on a Wednesday when it's almost 100% certain that he's not playing. You tell him you're going to sit on the bench right now because that was not good enough and you're going to need to earn your spot again. Not saying that McKennie and so on are having fantastic games at the back, but going the same route is not going to help anyway, So how do you go into that game, Norbert? Benfica Wednesday.
Yeah. Cambiasso's head was gone when he saw that Manchester City contract, he was gone that second. If I would be Motta and this is Football Manager, I try something new, some new tactics, maybe something that all the people wants. But yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he will change anything, unfortunately. I would love to see Cope sit a game out, and even like play Kolomuani on the wing or something crazy. But yeah, I think you're right. Nothing will change. And Benfica is for us is one of the worst teams. Like our stats are the worst against Benfica.
Yeah, they're like kind of our European bogey team.
Yeah. So it's actually worse, I think, than Napoli. I think it's older. Like it was a longer time ago when we won. I'm not sure exactly, but I feel that way. Yeah, I don't think anything will change. This is the chance, though, to do it, and I hope he will do it. I hope he says, "Okay, I have no balls to make these changes on a Serie A, like on a championship game, but on this game where nothing really matters anymore, let's do it." I still have hopes, but it's not high, to be honest.
With Cambiaso, all I'm gonna say is he's reminding me of Alexander on his last few years, but with the game against Benfica. Yeah, I just feel like he might. I don't know. I don't know. Thing is, like with Motta, it's kind of unpredictable. Is he gonna stick with his guns and like still force Coop as the 10 and play, a full 11, or is he gonna maybe rest or rotate because this game, you don't really have much to lose. So I think that could be a possibility. I think Vlahovic will start. So, yeah. But yeah, I think like as you said, Norbert, or as you guys said, he should put out a lineup for the people. Like Yildiz
Yeah.
is a 10. Just it would be interesting to see Colomoni on the wing and Vlahovic up there. And if any game were to come to it this season, this is like the game for it, sort of. Or maybe Empoli in the cup, but like yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone believes he's gonna do? Oh, it's
Nope.
gonna. Oh, okay.
I think higher chances that he's not changing anything.
Yeah, it has not.
Only Milan can challenge us if Conceição can turn it around. I haven't been paying attention. Has Milan signed anyone this window? No, and they're still rubbish. They won today, but if you see that goal late on, it's just crazy.
92
Yeah,
and
so
95th or something.
Yeah, but the goals,
Yeah, like they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes.
yeah, but the quality of goals, I'm like, how? But it is what it is. People, smash the like button. It's not gonna be very long anymore. Let me see. We messed up bad against Bruges. We did, because that game against Benfica would have a lot on the line. I have a crazy view. Giuntoli should swap Koopmeiners with Joao Felix. Oh my god, Edgar, no.
That is crazy.
No, stop.
That is crazy.
Felix is a better
Stuff like
decision-making
that.
passer and is a number 10 and not a sec. If you want to get Koopmeiners out, then I can, okay, but bring in Joao Felix. Is he still playing, by the way? He's at Chelsea. I don't know.
Chelsea wants to get rid of him for the longest
This
time.
is not his Benfica days the first time around. He's
If you
just.
give me anyone from Chelsea, realistically, give me Nkunku.
I want nobody
And,
from Chelsea. And we got
Remember
Pedro.
how much Atletico paid for Joao
100
Felix,
and-
right?
Like 80 million, 800 million, something
120.
crazy. My God. My God.
Yeah.
I never really rated him that highly as people did before. I don't know. There's something about him.
If a bid comes, I think it will be tomorrow. I agree for sure. Cambiaso's just going through the motions. If he wants out, let him go. 75 and nothing less. We're not going to get 75. I think that's been already established that we're not going to get that. Good opportunity
Probably
for
60.
Motta to try something new against Benfica. Cambiaso isn't at Juve right now. But to be frank, he hasn't been good after injury. Yeah. I want Maresca from Chelsea. Oh, you're taking the piss. Okay. Last thing before we wrap it up. A couple of days before the end of the transfer window. First question, or two questions. Do you think we will do something? And at this point, do you care if we do something?
Yes.
Good question.
Yes, you care,
Yes.
or yes, we do?
We need to, but I don't think we will. I think we need to give him that defender who can progress the ball, and all the respect to Vega and Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Lloyd Kelly. They are not it, obviously, and I think we should care, and yeah, but it's not going to happen. But we need a quality ball playing center back for sure.
Yeah, if we get Hans, I'll throw a party, but I think that's a topic for the summer. But
Yeah.
yeah, I care obviously if what happens and stuff, as I always do. But I don't think anything will happen, and we're just gonna have to hope Vega's the best thing since sliced bread. This for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know if something is gonna happen. I'm gonna say I don't care at this point, unless like I'm gonna excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm gonna react to it obviously because if the deal is bad, the deal is bad, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't care in terms of whatever happens now. It's irrelevant because you don't believe in it. Like the Vega one, like it's just like you said, we need somebody in, and you bring somebody in. That's it, you know. So I'm not really caring about that. Fiorentina have a better squad on paper, and yet they are giving Lazio a hard time from home. Maybe other than the Inter 4-4, I've not seen any grinta from this team. Motta cannot at this stage distance himself from the state of this team. We arrived halfway into the season. He's been backed on the market. What more does he require? He's been backed with players, but in many occasions not the right profiles in key areas. That's what I think. That's just me, and some of the decisions in the market are so strange. But I think last summer we said it all summer. The players you have, you splash another. You brought in Douglas Luiz. I think everybody was like, not sure why you spent that money on Douglas Luiz when you needed something at the back. You need it. Like, I can still not believe Giuntoli went that way in the summer with the coach you have. That's the decision you made with the money. Like for me, that is a very, very strange decision that now is proven to be just poor, like really poor. But
we were crying for a defender all summer. Ball playing this
Calafiori especially.
Yeah.
But it is what it is right now. We're gonna wrap this one up, people. So before you leave, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as always. I will be live again. Is a video we cannot plan anytime soon. It is plan-ish, it depends when he finds time, but a new video is coming up. But yeah, I will not be live tomorrow unless something breaking happens during the day, which I highly doubt in my opinion. Otherwise, I will be live on Tuesday for the Benfica preview. And then we will be back. Oh, we play Wednesday, right? Thursday, I'm out. So we will be back live Friday as a group, or whoever can join. The next one will be Friday, the next talk. And then we build up to Empoli, I guess. Strange week, but we will see how that will go. But yeah, people, Norbert, Malik, thanks for joining and sharing some real pain this time. Like real pain.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
And yeah, people in the chat, thanks for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share, whatever. And stay safe. Have a good evening. Speak to you tomorrow.